Hello YouTube, it's Rob from Maxwells Grass Cutting Services based in the northeast of England. I hope everybody is well and having a really good day. Today's video, I'm on a small scarifying job. Now, anybody who follows the channel knows that I did an advertising campaign for scarification work in February. It was a really dry February, and I marketed on Facebook business page and all the local groups, and I got dozens of lawns to do, and I was really pleased. And I thought I'd get them done in March, and then the heavens opened and I was unable to get them done. So I'm running well behind, and I've still got a few more to do. But this one today is just a small front garden, and I don't think the lady's touched the grass since I quoted the job back in February, but we'll forgive her. So what I'm doing here is just getting the lawn down. She's getting a free lawn cut as well, bless her. I'm using the Stihl RM650V. It's a 19-inch cut. It's a cracking mower. I find if you want a nice finish with this, you have to cut it a little bit lower than the Honda. But for what it cost, I think it was £600 this mower. It bags brilliantly in the wet, and it gives a nice finish, and it's got a lovely engine. You know, I really like it. It's value for money. You can't beat it. So I've just given it its first cut, and now I'm going around with the strimmer. My favourite strimmer, it's the Stihl FS70RC. And because this lawn is a raised lawn, you find that on a few old gardens. I like to use me edging shears. I know the Geordie Fell Walker, he's got a YouTube channel, and I think he's just over the valley in Wickham. And he's always saying how he's been taught by an old gardener and gives a better finish using the shears. And I agree. And if I can and the circumstances are right, I get them out. I think I've had these 20 years. I think they were B&Q specials. But one thing about the shears, you've got to get on your hands and knees and pick up all the debris. Just to give it a nice tidy finish. But yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? It's what we get paid to do. Make sure you've got a decent pair of gloves on. And then me being a little bit OCD, I'm just giving it a second trim just to tidy it all up. And then I'll give it another mow, because this lawn, it did have a bit of moisture in it. Although it's a lovely sunny day today, we have had a lot of rain recently, and yeah, it makes our job a challenge, doesn't it? So what I'm doing now, just to start with, is getting the lawn cut nice and short, putting a nice edge on it, getting it nice and trimmed, and then ready for the Scarifier, the beast, the Weibang Intrepid Scarifier, 46 centimetres. And when you see it, you're going, Rob, what you doing? You're using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. And you're right. On reflection, I probably should have went with a smaller one, but you buy these things online without sort of having a look first, and you know, you make decisions. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. And I'm not saying I got it wrong. I'm just saying that it's a big beast, and maybe as on reflection, I should have went a little bit smaller, but I didn't, and I'm stuck with it now. The only other option would be is to sell it, lose a few £100 and then buy a smaller one, but I'm not going to do that. You'll see in a minute when I get it out the van. It is a big machine, and it's a heavy machine, and on a small lawn like this, it's probably not appropriate. It's like I said, using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. But one thing, it does get the job done quickly. Now, I know what you're thinking, Rob, how many times are you cutting this lawn? I just want to get it as short as I can, because I find when you're scarifying, if you get the lawn nice, and I'm no expert, I'm not saying I'm Robbie from Premier Lawns or Sean from Lawn Right. Hello, gentlemen, I know you're the experts, and I respect you dearly. But I have done quite a few of these jobs now, and I just find if you get the grass nice and short, it works better with a Scarifier, and I don't know why that is. Maybe you can help me and leave a message in the comments. But if you get the lawn nice and short, the thatch comes out and it's easier to rake up, and it just makes the job easier. Yes, it takes a few more minutes to maybe double cut the lawn, especially when it's a bit moist like it is today. But so be it, I've done it, and the size of this lawn, it takes nothing, doesn't it? This job from start to finish was 2.5 hours, and I didn't rush it, if I'm honest. I took my time. As you can see, I've double cut, I've edged it, and I priced it accordingly. It was a good price. The customer's happy with the price, but I find if a customer knows that they're paying for a good service, and you can deliver a good service, then can't you? And you can take your time. You know, there's a lot of busy fools in this industry, and they quote buttons, but you end up rushing it and just doing a half-cocked job, and that's not what I'm about. I'd rather win one quote out of 5, getting it right, charging it right, and doing a good job, than winning all 5 cheap quotes and just running around like an headless fool all day. I hope that makes sense. It does to me. I hope it does to you. So we're coming to the end of the last cut before the Scarifier gets doing its work. And here it is, the Weibang. As you can see, it's a big old machine, and I could probably do with a smaller machine just for small lawns, or I should have used a bit of common sense and bought a smaller machine in the first place, but I didn't, and I'm stuck with it now. And you know what, once you get it out of the van, I'll probably build myself a bigger ramp, because that ramp I use isn't big enough, and it makes it a bit awkward. But once you get it out and you get it on the lawns, you can't argue with its quality. You can't argue with the service it gives. You can't argue with how easy it makes the job and how much ground it covers in very quick succession. It's not self-propelled, so you have to push it along, and it's a big chunk of metal. I think it's about, don't quote me, but I think it's 40 kilos. But one thing I do find, it's very efficient on fuel. The Weibang engine, it doesn't use a lot of fuel compared to the mowers, which, you know, in the days of this financial crisis we live in, that's a positive. So that's one pass, just raking up the thatch and the debris and the moss, and then I'll get that bagged away, and then I'll do a second pass on a different direction, and that'll be it. 2 passes is enough for this. I've got the machine set a little bit lower than I probably would normally, but the lady said, she said, her words not mine, can I have a good Scarify? Can you give it a good old Scarifier? So I thought, fair enough, I'll do as the customer asks, and give it a good old Scarifier. Here's my favourite bit of kit, the Darlac leaf grabbers. I know we've got some haters on the internet who says the crap. Let me tell you, they're talking nonsense. That's one of the best 20 odd quids I've ever spent. And here's another good 20 quid as well. This is the I've had a bit of a mind blank. It's my little hand scarifying tool, and it's interchangeable with all your other tools, and it's absolutely brilliant. You've got to get it up a little bit vertical in the handle. If the lower you get the handle to the ground, it can be a little bit too aggressive. But this machine, it leaves a couple of inches on the border, what it just doesn't take the thatch out. So I go around the edges with my little hand scarifier, and it just does a nice job, nice and professional. It takes a little bit of time, and it does take a little bit of getting used to getting the height right. But if you're patient and you're not too aggressive, you're not going to do any damage whatsoever. So I go all the way around the edges. A little bit of, it's like being in the gym for free, really. Bit of hard graft, and then get it all raked up, and then a little bit of over the top. I give it another mow. I find that the still just acts like a fantastic vacuum, and it sucks all the debris up. So at the end of the video, you'll see that I put a bit of top dressing down and a little bit of grass seed, and I just use a normal grass seed with ryegrass from A1 Premier Lawn Seed. I buy it off the internet. It's nothing special, it's just their standard brand, their standard mix for a nice lawn. And then I put that down with some compost, peat free, and it's the professional Clover range compost I use. And what I do is I just get a flexi tub, and I put 5 or 6 handfuls of compost, and then just a handful of grass seed, and you want about 3 ounces of grass seed per square metre, and that works a treat for me. I put it down, stamp it all down, and then give it a water in, and I tell you what, within probably 1, 2, 3 weeks, if we get the nice conditions, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of rain, you know, the new grass comes through and it looks absolutely beautiful. But as you can see, this is only on quite a high setting, and it's still taking out a lot of thatch and debris. But you're working to what the customer wants, and they ask for a good scarification service, a good sort of pass. So we take a lot out, and you've got to give them what you want, haven't you? But that's the 2 passes all done now with the Weibang, and I'm just tidying up, going across the lawn, vacuuming all the thatch and the moss, and just trying to get it. And you can see it's gone down to the bare bones in a few areas, and that's because the lawn's not even. But once you put some top dressing on, the clover compost with a little bit of grass seed, it covers all the sort of the bare patches, makes it look quite nice and neat. And then once Mother Nature adds a little bit of rain, a bit of sunshine, give it a few weeks, this lawn will be back to looking absolutely beautiful. And the advice I gave to the customer is just raise your height of your mower a slight touch. I like it about 50 millimeters, and then just mow it every 7 days. The more you mow, the better the lawn will appreciate you, and the better quality lawn you will have, the less weeds. There's no point leaving it every 3 weeks for a lawn this size. And the lady, she explained, she just had a little Argos special electric mower, and I said that would be as good as anything. Just keep the regular mowing going. The more you mow, the better your lawn will be. So this is my OCD kicking in here. What I've got is the Wolf Garden. That's the name of the tools. The Wolf Garden. How could I forget that? I got too many headshots as a child. The Wolf Garden, just going around with a 3-fingered prong just to make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit of pride in your work. Yeah, sometimes I do go over the top, but I'm here for a few hours. I've priced it in for a good couple of hours work, so why not? And I apologise that it didn't video record me putting the top dressing down. My GoPro decided to give up the go, pardon the pun. And as you can see, what I've got put down is Clover Professional peat-free compost, and then I've sprinkled some seed down. Then I've done a seed with compost mix, put it all down, stampled it down with the dance we do, and then brushed it in. And then there's rain due the day of this job, so I didn't water it in. Not necessary. Mother Nature will take care of it. And that's me removing thatch and moss from a mossy lawn and giving its annual sort of yearly service, if you like. And we're coming to the end of the video now, so I just want to say thanks very much for watching. If you've got this far, you've done brilliantly. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening to my dulcet tones, and remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. It's growing at the moment. I tell you what, I don't know what your lawns are like, but my fortnightly lawns are almost a foot tall, and having to double cut some of them. But that's part of the nature of the beast. We've had so much rain, it's just been incredible. But I'll say cheerio, thanks very much. And if you can, press that like button, subscribe, and come along on my journey. And in a few weeks' time, I'll get just a quick update, and I'll show you this lawn in all its glory when it's recovered, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. So that's it. Take care. Watch what you're doing. All the best now.